afternoon, I should say. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well, everybody out there. I need to get like, I don't know, 57. About 42 people to subscribe. Oh yeah, I actually was working on this. I worked on this. I lowered the cab back down where it should be now, so the box is all lined up. Lowered the box down as well to match the cab. Then I installed a metal servo horn, and I put a stronger servo in it now. So hopefully, I've been checking it, and I think I did it. I cleaned this area up here. Remember, it was like a mess in there. I cleaned up the wiring while I had the cab off it. You can see right there. It steers now. This thing never used to be able to do this. I got 29 watching already. If you're new to my channel, please help me out. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future updates. That'd be awesome. If you're new to my channel, yeah, you can see right there. You think, it's close, it's going to hit. But when you push this, the axle, the springs flex forward, so it does not hit. I've tested it. I am from the United States. Because I flexed it a little, Yeah, I flexed it a little bit. Check it. There you go. You should go do that, Oz. You can see right there, I got it up on a board. See, it's not even touching. Yeah, you should do that, Oz. Take advantage of the weather. If the weather's decent, we can do it. I'm great. New to my channel, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates. It'd be awesome. I got 41 watching. Yeah, so I think I fixed this all up. I got the body. I dropped the cab down to where it originally should have been. I had it spaced up. I dropped it down, dropped the box down to match the cab. I got my Traxxas rack in there, spare tire sitting back there. Yeah. And yeah, so I got the body all. Who's that? Does good body work. Why'd you take it down? You didn't have to take it down. You don't have to hide your comments. You keep it. There you go. It looked weird. Yeah, see how it is now? Cab lines up. Well, I had the body lifted up because I had bigger tires underneath it, and I'm putting it back to almost original. I'm not putting the stock tires on it. I'm going to keep these tires on it, but yeah, I got the body all lined up. I got the cab, I got everything back, everything lined up. The cab's dropped down. like I say, I redid the steering setup in it. It used to have, for those that you don't know, if I can find it here. Here it is. But right here, this is what it had for steering. This was their idea. This is how they told you to do it. Bend the linkage until it'll clear around the spring and everything else. So I did this now. See, I learned over the years, and there's actually a gap. That linkage, if I go here, you can see that linkage is not touching the spring. See there? There's a gap there. So yeah, and it works. It actually steers. I got a metal. I put a stronger steering servo in it. The servo I had in it, which is this one right here, 3305. It's a metal geared servo, but it's not a very strong servo. It needed more. Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah. So I've redid the whole truck. Now I think I'm going to eventually order the this piece back. Order a new one of these, and that'll hide this. I don't need to see in there now. I used to have a driver set in there, but I'm gonna order this piece. I can get them. They're like $17, but I gotta wait for my debit card to get here because my debit card got hacked, and I can't order nothing right now. So, but I'm gonna order this piece here and just put a new one in it. Then I'll take the cab off one more time. I put bigger screws down here. I know they look kind of ugly, but I'll get some silver paint and touch them up, paint them a little bit so they blend in. But yeah, so it'll hide all this wiring mess. There's a lot in there. Speed control. You can see the motors down in there. There's the on-off switch. So what I do is I reach up through here to turn it on and off now. Then you can see it hid the battery more. Well, this is actually, I know that, but this is a tinted, and I discovered I can still get it. It's only $17. I mean, I can just order the piece and just put it on there, and it'll bolt right up to it, and it'll hide all that. I don't want. I actually want to hide this stuff in here. I don't need a driver in it and all that. So yeah, I found them. I found it. You can still get parts for this body too. I can actually order the mirrors, the stock mirrors that were on it. I get the replacement mirrors for it. So yeah, because they still make this truck. It's still available. So yeah, but these tires here are a lot better than what originally came on it. Yeah, so now I redid the steering linkage in it, and I've checked it numerous times, and I've shimmed it, adjusted it here, so make sure that top length doesn't touch the spring. So, yep, yeah, this is a 10 scale. I'm actually this rack is off a Traxxas body was given to me, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do some work, and I discovered it fits right on there. Yeah, so it fits right on there. That tire's just sitting there. It's not really attached, you know. But yeah, it just sits there. It had all this stuff that come with it. Guy gave it to me. Yep. Just it's old school. When you order this piece here, it's a solid piece that wraps. It'll this piece here, you won't even see that in there. When you order the new piece, it just fits right in there, even the back window. So yeah, it's no problem getting it out. Yeah, so it's not gonna be a big deal. There's four screws, and take that piece right out of there. I cut it back in the day. You know, this truck is 15 years old, so I've completely redone it, and I cut it back in the day. I cut it out. You know, there's a lot of things back in the day that I did because I didn't know no better. This was my first build truck, so this is the original steering link, and there's the link that goes up to the servo. Don't that look good? So I went from that to all of this now. It's just a matter of learning, So yeah, you can see the linkage there. This does have a 3-speed transmission in it. It has low, medium, and high range. Figure that out. They had 3 speeds back then. Now we got 2 speeds, but this has a 3-speed in it. The transmission, that's the transmission hanging down there. It's big. Yeah. The only thing is I got to tilt the box up now to get the battery out of it because the battery, is kind of hidden underneath there. So, yeah. But as far as tire clearance, front and rear, they look like they're close, but when these springs flex, the hangers in the back rock out and the front rocks to the front. So I flexed it on 2 blocks and it never hit. So it's a trail truck. It's not a rock crawler. It's too heavy. This thing is a heavy truck. It's got a steel frame underneath it and everything. The transmission alone is a good quarter of the weight. So yeah. Next, I'm gonna update it. I'm gonna play around with shocks. I do have some shocks in here, and if they'll work, I may use them. And just for looks. I mean, the thing ain't gonna go that fast. Where you got to have a whole lot of suspension. So, so you know, I do have some shocks. I got one more hidden somewhere here. But right there it is. I found it. But I got some shocks here that I could play around and lose these. But these are the original ones. What they did on these is they used to have springs in them, and I took the springs out to let it flex more. But yeah, so that's my other option is take these back off and take them apart and put springs back in them, but put a lighter spring just to give it a little bit of damping. So, but this is old school. This truck is, like I said, 2004. I think it was I bought it. It's going to be it's 21 years old. You can still buy this truck, by the way. It's still available. You can still get it from Amazon. They still sell the kits. They're about $400. This was a white body. I painted this body. I painted it and clear coated it and everything else. So, yeah. I just put these screws in there because they got a little bigger heads just because of the plastic and that. So, you see the battery? It's right down to it has a nickel metal hydrate battery in it still. Maybe at some point I will convert it over and put a LiPo to it. But I don't really run this truck that much. It's just kind of it was like my first, it's not necessarily my first build, but it was my first major done build because the first one I ever built that I actually had to paint it and I had to build everything. That transmission, I had to put it together. I had to go in there and put all the bearings in it, and all the shafts, all the gears, and everything else in that transmission. And the shift fork, and make sure everything line up and check the shifting. That was a good couple hours just doing the transmission. So I had probably start to finish with this truck 3 weeks building on it because I didn't build it all the time. I would work on it a little bit, and then I'd say I need a break, and I'd walk away and just come back and work on it. So, but yeah, it's a leaf spring truck too. So, yeah, the Ford. Like I say, I've had it since 2004, so it's about 21 years old, and it runs. You just seen it. I put all new. Well, I got the radio. It takes a 3-channel because of the transmission. RC four-wheel drive. I just got a radio. This is how you shift it in that. And yeah, it works for what it is. And like I say, this is all the crap that was on the front to steer it. So I'm cleaning it up, kind of modernizing it. See, with these shocks, the problem with them is the travel. So, but I can paw around through stuff, you know. Um, See, I got some longer shocks here. These are just oil shocks. They're not even sprung. They actually got oil in them, so I can paw around through all my crap. I could probably find some kind of shocks that would fit it, work on it. So I had somebody look in there and they said, well, it had that gray thing. Well, right here's a gray thing. This is just a filter. That's all it is, an RF filter. So that your servos don't glitch on you and stuff like that. So, and I was going to change the motor out. I have it, this one right here, because I just run brush motor in this. This is old school. And I was going to put this in it. This is a brand new motor. It's never been ran. When I, you know, when I back in the day, I'd pull these out and I'd build them, and the older stuff, and I'd just put the open hat design motors on them, and the ones you can get to the brushes easier and rebuild them, and yeah, so. But this has got in it right now is that motor, that style motor. That's up there, kind of hidden. It's got a heat sink on it. It runs a you can kind of hear it if I turn it on. I run a cooling fan on it too. There's a cooling fan on the heat sink. You can see it right there. You can see there's a lot of wires in there. Super Rooster speed control. This speed control is probably old as the truck and it still works. So yeah, I'll replace the glass. We'll put something better in it. We'll put it back the original. So yeah. Yeah, this is 21 years ago. This is how we built trail trucks and crawlers. We would do a truck like this, and that's actually a 25 turn. I think it is 25, something like that turn. That's a lathe motor. Back in the day, you could get a small armature lathe to turn the armatures. I used to race sedans, and I had one. And you'd put these motors on them, and that's what you'd use to turn the lathe. Well, they discovered, they work good right there, you can kind of see it. They discovered that these motors worked well for crawling because, you know, back in the days, they didn't have the technology we had today. So that we would put these motors in them, and we would gear them down a little bit, and they were just the bomb. I mean, they had a lot of power and everything else. So yeah, that's what we did back in the day. So this, like I say, this is a 21-year-old truck, but it's a that's how we used to do the trails, and we did a little bit of rocks. I mean, these weren't really rock crawlers because it wasn't really the thing back then. But yeah, this is what we did. The differentials in this, there's a plug you pull off on it. Kind of hard to see, but there is a plug, and you can go in there and take a screw and pull the screw out, and you can open the diff up so it has an open diff, or you install the screws and line it up, and it would lock the differential. So this actually has locked differentials front and rear, but I could just pull a screw out and have a locked one in the back and have it open in the front. You know, that's how they they didn't have like the shifting, like they have on the newer trucks. So you just put a screw in there, and it would. They give you it in a kit, and they told you how to do it, and you just lock the differential. That linkage right there is how you shift the 3-speed right there. But yeah, there's 2 servos mounted in the front. You can kind of somewhat see them right there. But yeah, that was how they did it back then. Then it did run a slipper clutch right there. It used to have a cover on there, but I was always adjusting on the slipper cover clutch, and I said I'll leave the cover off it. There's no way you can get your fingers in there and nobody get hurt. So yeah, that's what we did. You can see the motor right there in the heat sink. Yes. This thing is, I've never, since when I had this, I used to run this a lot. Um, I've never broke differentials. I've never broke the the hub carriers on it. I've and the only thing that was back in them days, like I said, was this stuff. But that's how they did it back in the days. Was this stuff? They used these ball ends, and they would snap onto your steering. This would snap right onto here. Then you'd run a screw up to your spindle, obviously, and then you put the other end on your steering servo. And it looked like this underneath there. It looked cheap. It looked like, but that's how they wanted you to do it back then. Well, with modern technology and learning stuff, I updated this thing. You can see I spaced it and shimmed it, and I put a little heavier servo in it now, and and it clears the leaf spring just fine. The leaf spring's not hitting. You can see the gap there. It clears the leaf spring, and it works fine. So, yeah, um, yeah. The electronics are better nowadays. I'll say that for these trucks. The electronics they have now, but brushless motors were just coming into play when I got this truck. And back then, brushless was expensive. I have two of them, 5800 Novak brushless motors here. I actually had one of them in this truck. But trouble is, the drag brake, you had to really put the brakes on to slow it down or whatever. You can't, like with the newer technology, you can adjust your drag brake. You couldn't do that. The thing would go really good. It would run really fast, but um, back in the day, they were so expensive. That's why nobody got them, and they really didn't have one geared for a crawling truck, or a trail truck. And so yeah, I just choose to keep this. Somebody said, brushless in my last live stream. But you got to understand, that's what we did back then. This is a brand new motor. This is probably a 20-year-old motor. It's brand new. And I have a bunch of these. So why would I go out and put a brushless in here if I'm not going to use this that much? I'm just putting this truck together to run it occasionally. I mean, I don't want to beat on it because it's old, but I have these, and you can buy new brushes for anywhere from 17 to 25 bucks, for a motor. So, as compared to 160, 80, even from 80 to 160, 200 bucks for a brushless system. So, yeah, we'll just leave this one the way it is. I'm just going to replace this piece. I'm going to order a new one, and yeah, this is pretty much at its done point. I did what I wanted to do. I wanted to update the steering. I put a stronger servo in it and everything else, so it's all good now. So yeah. Well, the other issue is you put a brushless motor system in one of these trucks, and it goes to crap on you. You're out a lot of money to replace it. If you put one of these on there and the motor goes to crap on you, they're not that expensive. They're readily available. I mean, any ready to run truck basically out there has one of these in there. This is a 550. This is I can't remember. I have to look up the specs on this motor, but I had a Kyosho monster truck. They had them back in the day, and it come with two of these. Well, I took them out and I put the repairable motors in it, and I ended up getting rid of it. It just wasn't that good of a truck, but I kept these motors, and and Yeah, this has never been ran, been mounted on anything. You can see marks there, but it was originally in the truck, and when I got the truck, and I pulled it right out, so it's never even you know ran. And I got two of these, so yeah. So I spend the money for brushless when I got. Actually, I got about 8 motors sitting out there. You know, if I decide at some point, I mean, that would be the candidate for a brushless, um, or my this truck. But I'd have to get a brush system for a crawler. So it's like yep. So this truck is done. Realistically, the only thing I made you do is just take the shocks off and then screw the caps and put springs in them. There's no oil in these shocks. They didn't do that. So you know, yep. But yeah, you can still buy this truck. It's $400. They still make it. Tamaya. This is a Tamaya, by the way. They still make it. Uh, Amazon. You can. The what I'm trying to say. At Amazon, you can buy this kit still, and it's a build kit. So you buy it. You got to plan on. You may have to modify the radio thing because it's going to come to accept a nickel metal hydrate, not a lipo. But if you change out, you got to get a speed control. You got to get a radio system, a battery. It'll come with a motor, and you just got to build it. But um, yeah, lipos. What we nickel metal hydrate back in the day. That's what we ran on trucks, in RC trucks. Lipos weren't like, oh, okay, we got to have lipos. This is off my legendary Grando. This lipo that's in here. I got like 3 or 4 batteries for this truck, but yeah, like I say, this truck will get ran. I'll probably do a video with it running it. I'll do the short route with it and run it, but it's going to get. I don't want to beat on it. It's 21 years old, so and you see it does run. I actually drove it up on the block pile, and the steering is good now. It's scale. It doesn't turn super sharp, but it turns sharper than it did prior to me doing all the work. So, yep, we got 4 watching. Thanks for coming in, the 4. Normally I have more. I'm way off on my live streaming because I had friends come up. We had our friends, good friends, come up and hang out with us for a week, for a few days. So I wasn't able to live stream earlier today. So, but yeah, we'll go like this. "21-year-old truck guy." That's a lathe motor in there. But yeah, so this truck is, as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with it. I put it back though. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put it back to original, and and I just gonna leave it at this, and yeah. There you go. This does have a um, there's one. Well, let's go like this. You can see it in there. See that left linkage? I'll shift it. And then I just got to adjust the end point. I had it adjusted once, but I changed stuff on it. My dual rate, I'm trying to say, for the 3rd channel. There it is. That's what we did back in the day. These were This is what we had for crawlers. This is before Traxxas and everything else was the big truck. Traxxas just started coming out with their trucks when these were out, and they weren't much better than this back in the day. It's got a steel frame underneath it, you know. Yep, whole 9 yards. Decent truck for the money. Um, if you want to get a classic, I call them classic, or a vintage RC truck, these are the ones to get. I guarantee you, back in the day, they didn't steer like this. That's the difference in technology with servos. You know, servos are better and stronger, and everything else now. Like that. So if you do my channel, please. I don't know what happened. Could you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, future update. I'm losing subscribers for some reason. I'm not trying to drive people away. I don't know what's going on about trolls and all that, but I apologize. I try to be positive on my channel, but occasionally, I'm human like anybody else. So, but I appreciate everybody that comes in. They like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I appreciate you. If you got a channel, legit channel with RC car stuff on there, I'll be over to check it out even, or whatever. As long as you got content. There's no sense to me subscribing to a channel that doesn't have anything. So, if you can do that, it would be awesome. My last live stream is going to be around 5, 5:30 today, and that'll be my last one for the day. And I'll get back on schedule tomorrow. And yeah, I do appreciate everybody who comes in. You guys are awesome as always. You don't have to be here. I understand that, but I appreciate you. These shocks here. Trouble is, there's only much travel. I like these shocks. They kind of match the body. You know, I got 4 of them. What those are off a Tamiya semi. I had a semi back in the day. So yeah. But seriously, all serious, all I'm all over the place, guys. But seriously, I do appreciate you all coming in here and hanging out with me. I appreciate the fact that you take time to come watch my channel, watch my silly lives. Because when I do these, I don't really have any kind of a plan. I just, I just do them. See, that's like I have these right here. I wish they were the right pitch thread, because I would put them right on here. I'm gonna play around. Maybe they'll work on it with these axles. We'll see. See, I got a lot of stuff sitting around that's the nice thing about this truck is I've acquired quite a few pieces and parts. So, yeah, we just have to take a nut off and see if these will work. I ordered these for one of my other trucks, and when I got them here, I said, "Shoot, they were the wrong size. The center hole was so small, but I bought them, and I said, "Well, I could make use of these on one of my trucks." And right there's what you get. See, they don't fit on there. The nut is so flippin' small. I don't even know what they were. originally went to, but yep. So it is what it is, I guess. Nothing you can do about it. All right, gotta go to work. See you later, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. Just yeah, I think I lost subscribers again. I don't remember the count. I'm gonna stop worrying about it. If you guys want to subscribe, please do. Helps me out. I appreciate it. So, yeah, this truck is basically done. Other than change out the window, the plastic window glass in it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna touch this up a little bit. I don't have this blue paint no more. I kind of don't remember what color it is, so um, it's Tamiya paint, but yeah, I'll find some way of touching that. I had to trim that originally because the tire at full droop at one time did touch into there, but these are smaller. These are a shorter tire. They're not as tall as the other tires and wheels I had on this initially. So, yep, they're pretty aggressive though, and they're soft tire. They're soft tire. Grippy, soft, you know. Yeah. New to my channel, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, future update. If you're wondering what this rack is this is off a Traxxas TRX4 Sport pickup. Certain models come with this rack on it, and guess it fit my Tamiya perfect. So I put it on here. So, and what's really cool about it, if you don't know this rack, some people do, some people don't. Get this out of the way. We'll turn this around. It came with a fake jack. It's got like an axe and a shovel, and it comes with traction mats on it. It all came with this rack. The body, I was going to get rid of it, and I said, no, I can't throw that rack out. And so I put it on here. Right there it is. Got traction mat on it. You know, you look on the other side in there, you can see it. There's like a shovel and an axe, fire extinguisher. Yeah, that's how it comes from Traxxas that way. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do the spare tire. I'm going to set a spare in there. I'll put a spare on it just for looks. But yeah. Yeah. You can see in here all the stuff. There's the motor. The receiver is in the back. The is right on top there. You can see it. That's the receiver right there, actually. The speed control is sitting over there. There's a cooling fan for the motor right up there. When you turn it on, it does that. Originally, the speed control was over here, and I moved stuff around back in the day. So yeah, this window will come out. I'll just get a new window for it, an order placement window for it. But yeah, this truck will be in a few videos, but not too many. It's kind of, I don't know. Some people look at it and say, yeah, it's only a Tamiya truck. It's a cheap truck. It's not cheap. It's $400 truck. And, you know, I'll keep it around. I've had it for 21 years now, so, yeah. That's the nice thing about hobby grade. You can always update them. I've updated the speed control, motor, radio system, fixed the steering on it, and I put this rack system on there. I'm going to clean this up, bring it, blacken it up a little better, and yeah, stuff like that. So, yeah. Vic had to leave me, so. Hold on here. Scott's home, and he says we got to come down and make him breakfast. But yeah, yeah. If you're new to my channel, please, if you will, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future updates. I have plans for my channel. I have plans for my subscribers. When I get to a certain level, I guarantee you, I'm gonna do a special deal to thank my subscribers, and I'll figure out how I'm gonna do it. But when I get to a certain subscriber amount, I will be. Um, it'll be a giveaway, but it's gonna be a nice one. So um, my other channel, I gave drones away. So we'll see how that works out. So if you to be qualified to do for this giveaway that I am planning on doing, you have to be a subscriber. You have to be commenting on the chat as well, and for shipping purposes, and because what I'm thinking of doing, uh, this is where it gets hard. I'm gonna limit it to people in the United States. People in other countries, I don't know how I'm going to do it, because what I'm thinking about doing is going to be a rather hard thing to send to other countries. So, but yeah, so just keep that in mind. Come on in here and like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, future updates, and yeah, I will. Got something planned. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. You know. Um, Hi, James. How are you? I didn't see you pop in. Oh, that's right. You did say happy weekend, didn't you? If somebody comments and I overlook it, I apologize. It's a Ford. It's a Ford, not a Chevy. This is a 350 Ford right there. There you go. Yeah, it's a Ford. Scary about that. Sorry about. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, this is 21 years old. This truck is. I built it 21 years ago, and I just this summer I just recently got it working again. I went through and checked everything over. I put all new electronics in it, and like today, it had crappy steering in it. I've updated the steering in it, and I adjusted the linkage so it clears the leaf spring, because this is a leaf spring truck. I adjusted it, and you see there's a good gap there now. So at least that top bar, steering bar, does not touch the spring at all, and stuff like that. And if you're concerned with that spindle, I checked it myself, where all that pressure's on that spindle down there. And that's one thing about Tamiya. They make these trucks fairly strong. They work well. I've never had to replace them. Yep, yep. It's then I put this cargo rack on it. This is off a Traxxas TRX4 Sport body. I took the body and I didn't really care for it. It was kind of beat up and cut up. I took the rack off it, and then I brought it in here yesterday, and I looked at it, and I said, crap, that's the same width as the truck. So I did a little bit of grinding here and there on the rack to get rid of some screw bosses, and yeah, put it on there. And when I tilt the body up, oh, okay, yeah, I got a Chevy. Don't worry, there's still a Chevy right there. It is. And there's a Blazer as well. So I got a couple K5s, you know. So I don't know. This is old school. It's kind of I got one other thing I'm gonna possibly do is I'm gonna update the drive shafts in it, and you know, I tend to put metal in. Actually, these drive shafts are on my Red Cat. When I did my Red Cat and put new drive shafts in, I did that. Yep, it is. It's fun. What I want to do now is I want to figure some way of putting a mount, but I want to attach the mount to the rack so that I can put. This is just be for looks. This is an extra tire. I got an extra set, I should say, and I want to put a spare tire right there. You know, have a spare right there. So, because this will never be a rock crawler. I'm sorry. I was going to 4-link it. That's why I had these here. I was going to put different axles underneath it and 4-link it, and I don't know. I got it. I got Dremels. I got them out in the garage. I got 3 of them. Yeah. So this stuff here, right here, this roll bar and this light bar, right here. This was originally on this truck. I just took them off to put it on there. So. Oh, Losi. I had a Losi drift car. I had a Losi triple XS buggy. No, triple. It was that sedan. I had the belt drive sedan car. I had the graphite Losi buggy. I had an associated electric sedan car. I had associated nitro sedan car with a hopped up motor and a tune pipe and all that. I had that. I ran foam tire class with that. I had a 5th scale Schumacher Lotus Elise. It was a 5th scale. And I had a 10th scale Schumacher Menace 21 nitro truck. It was a pickup with a 21 in it, and it was 65 miles an hour. It had a 3-speed in it, no problem. But every time I'd run the thing, I would break something on it. So I ended up getting rid of it. I sold it. It was just putting parts on it and everything else, so I just got rid of it. So, yeah. Yeah, you know, here I'm from Michigan. We don't have snow right now. It's pretty much melted away. I did a golf cart ride for fun yesterday. The video's up. And this gives me something to do in the winter months. You know, I got cars all over the place down here. There's one. I got them sitting all over the place. So I got one. I got there. I got some in the closet. I got one in the closet right now. I'm waiting on a body for it and rims. And it's a Red Cat, and I'm going to change. I actually put the servo that steers this is out of that other truck. So I had a servo, and it's a metal servo, but it was a 357. I ran in my sedan car. The only problem with that is they're fast, but they weren't that powerful, and it was not working for me. So I ended up I just changed it out and put the Red Cat in here, and I'll put that servo away. In a lighter vehicle, it would be fine, but in a situation like this, it's just not enough servo. So I pulled it out, and I don't even know where I put it. I put it somewhere, but you can see I got odds and end parts sitting in here. That's what I do. If I ever got to empty this desk out, and I'm thinking about doing something different in here, then I got to get all this crap out of here. I got totes and totes. I got 3 or 4 totes in the garage. Here's some Traxxas drive shafts, stuff like that. So, yep. But, yeah. So, right here it is. This is a servo. It was a Futaba 3305, but it, so you can see it as a Metal Gear servo. I think this was out of, for an airplane. I keep all little parts, you know. It's you never know a screw or you know. I ordered these shocks for my FJ Cruiser. Everybody said they fit, and they wouldn't fit. Well, Amazon said, "Well, you don't have to send them back. Just keep them. We'll just credit you back, you know." So I got them for free, you know, stuff like that. I don't do that all the time, but they wanted to, you know, give me free parts. I think this prior to Christmas, I don't know, I got some wheels that were crap. Amazon probably gave me like $100 worth of parts that were free because they didn't want to send them back. So me too, rep. Are you from Michigan, James, or? Oh, are you? Oh, okay. I'm from Northwest Michigan. Uh, I'm 20 minutes from about 25 minutes from Ludington, where I live. Oh yeah, near Muskegon. Oh, uh, I'm up by Custer, Michigan. I'm just hometown of Travers. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm 20 minutes from east and south. I'm in Manistee National. No, Manistee. Yeah, I'm in Manistee National Forest, where I live at. I'm close to a place. I will say the place, but I won't. I don't want to give my when doing a live stream give out my exact location. I'm close to a place called Whiskey Creek Campground. So if you look up Whiskey Creek Campground, um, I'm really close to it. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, I think this truck is other than dry shafts. I think that's about it. I'm gonna just not mess with it. Touch up a few things on it, and just let it go, and I'll get a new window for it. Windows and dry shaft. That's it. Yeah. Oh, I do the RC hobby. I do. Well, this channel I'm really known for the side by side runs. I have a Ranger, Polaris Ranger, and that's why you see all these sponsorships pop up my videos. Um, I'm known more for that stuff, how to videos, how to fix them, but I do the RC cars as well. That's part of like a filler for me. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to back out of here myself. I've been on 55 minutes, so a little longer than I planned on. So I'm backing out of here, guys. And thanks for coming in, everybody. New my channel, if you will, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, future updates. My next live stream will be about 5 o'clock, 5:30. So later. See you later, Rick. Thanks for coming in as always. Bye bye, everybody. And check out Rick's RC Garage, if you will. If you haven't subscribed to him, get subscribed to him. He's an awesome guy, awesome channel. He does RC content as well. So go over there and check out his channel. Yeah, he's got a little bit of everything in him, just like I do. He'll have something that you may enjoy. And the 11 people that are watching me right now, thank you very much for coming in. And I will see you guys later. And as always, from me to you, Bye and God bless. Have it rest. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.